Oh yeah, here we go. I'm in a decent mood today. Why? Oh, I don't know. Maybe that moment where you get a new miner. Yep, here it is. The Bitmain Antminer L9, 16 gigahash. Essentially the best Dogecoin miner in the world. There's a slightly better model that Bitmain makes than this, but for a much worse price. So this is basically the best Dogecoin miner in the world. Said that a few times. I'm happy and proud to be able to say that again. You may have noticed it's got the new power supply on there. And holy shit, where's the power cable? I'm gonna call Alexa.
Hey.
Hey babe, you're on YouTube, say hi.
Hi.
Hey, so was there no power cable in there?
Oh, there is a power cable, I'm sorry, I think on the bench, the workbench.
All right, looks like I'm coming back.
Do you want me to bring it to you?
No, I'll just come get it.
Sorry, I thought I put it back in the box.
You rugged me. Trust no one. I have returned. So what we do when we get miners in our process of late, right? So like, hey, I'm Vosk. You're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. I'm out here on the VoskCoin mining farm, right? A couple pieces to our business these days. So I get the miner in, and Alexa does like intake B-roll basically. And she had taken the power cable out of the box. So it's been very nice that these come with power cables now. Like, it's nothing crazy, but it's good enough, especially when I use the pod here. So this is the digital shovel mini pod M300. We've got their nano pod on order too, which will hopefully go there sooner than later. But we've been waiting like a year for it. So that will expand the mining capacity out here on single phase by 12 miners, and when we can pull 3-phase out here by 33 miners. So I'm pretty much at capacity right now until I get either the nanopod or they come with these little stickers. Not too bad to get off, but I still don't like them. But yeah, the point here being is that this is like literally the last miner I can plug in without unplugging something. And we would be over capacity, but a couple miners broke, like my S21 Pro. That's frustrating, and an S21. So anyway, I haven't been having the best time with this latest generation of Antminers. Well, let's bring it back here on topic, on focus, to the Bitmain Antminer L9, 16 gigahash scrypt mining algorithm power, which means it mines Dogecoin, Litecoin, and also boop, triple mining now bells. Obviously, as we've been discussing, new power supply attached there for better and worse. Ethernet port doesn't have the cool LCD IP address readout that the latest S21s do. I believe it's S21 XPs do. So that would be cool to have. It doesn't have that. It's the control board, CV1835. So yeah, that's it. Nothing else particularly novel. The newer generation normally has bigger fans. So we can see that these have the Nadex 2.61 amp fans, front and rear, same fans. So let's get this thing plugged in. We've got the L9 deployed in there. I need to log into it and I'll put my information into it, and then I'm gonna let it generate a couple days of real world mining profitability, because mining profitability calculators are a great tool, but they're just estimates, right? So this is real data, the actual true earnings of this device. So I'm pretty excited for this. And if you saw our video over last week with this miner, I'm hoping projected to earn, like if nothing changed, and I hope things will actually get a lot better over the next year, over $20,000 in passive income with my scrypt mining rigs, mining Litecoin, Dogecoin, and bells. So let's get the data. I'm gonna turn around and get this thing set up. I'll see you soon. All right, we got the data. Let's dig into it. So we got the Antminer L9 here, over 16 gigahash a second, 24 hours registered hash rate there. We can see the rejection rate is at 15%. That's good. That's pretty much in line with the other equipment here. So let's remote into it, and let me just show you a little bit more about that. All right, so I remoted into my mining farm here, and so I punch in the IP address. I get that off my router app. I name my device on my network so it's easy to find and understand later on. We've got about 100 devices online on our mining farm. So, you know, it's this IP address, username, password by default is root. I go over to settings, I paste my mining pool information in here. I just did 3 of the same. Ideally, you should have multiple backup pools. But this is fine for now to go ahead and you know, get running, get online. And then we can see that the performance here is good, 5.41 to 5.46 gigahash a second across the hash boards. Temps are fine. This is good. It's what we want to see. And that's really all there is to it from using this device. There's no modes, there's nothing. It's on and mining, or there's an issue. So very simple, very easy, very straightforward to operate there. This device is supposed to be pulling in about $22.50 of revenue every 24 hours, and at 7 cents per kilowatt hour, which is what this costs me to run right now, this time of the year where it's at for me, which is, you know, in the pod, as you saw, about $5.64 a day to operate. If this was more towards like 10 cents, this would be like $7, $8 a day to run, cutting into the profits. But as it stands, I should be profiting about $17 a day after I account for electricity expenses. So this is something I'm very proud of. I think it really sets us apart, and it's going to be calculating the real world mining profitability, right? I mean, what are like the actual numbers? Because we can look at calculators, but one of the value adds of VoskCoin, my humble opinion, is that I give you real world mining data. This is the reality of this situation. So apparently Bell's Coin is cutting their mining rewards by like 90% or something. I haven't had a chance to like really dig into it. I just kind of saw the brief piece of that. I know Rabid Mining, if you know of him and his mining YouTube channel, he's been talking about it some. So go check that out if you want. It's on my to-do list, but there's many items on my to-do list, I will warn you. So we can see with the increased hash rate, I mined 0.2 LTC yesterday. 0.2 is $13.3. And that's not super exciting or groundbreaking. Our real profitability comes from Doge mining. So with just one data point here so far, 734 Doge, which brings us to about $80. And then we're also mining bells. And I had that set up. I talked about that the other day. Ensure that you have a bells address input into your mining pool, or you may not be accruing those rewards. I don't even have withdrawals on for it. I just have it sitting here. But I mined a substantial jump there. And the point though, I mined 12 bells, 12.3. And we'll see what happens with this coin, but it's weird. It's kind of astonishing that this tiny coin with its output, is that really sustainable? All that stuff is another conversation, but this coin is putting out about $6.50 in additional mining profits for me a day right now if I were to, cash this today and take those profits. That is, half of what I mine in Litecoin. It's an intriguing number, absolutely. So let me grab my handy dandy calculator here. So 13.3 plus, what was that, 6.5? Let's double check it. 6.5 plus basically 80, right? It was 80. So that's almost exactly $100 a day. Thinking about it, I probably should have put my L9 on one of my other accounts so I had singular mining profitability. Now I have to kind of pick apart the mining rewards. So what we're going to do to get around this is I'm going to calculate the rewards right here before the L9 went online. So I mined 0.15 LTC. I mined 6.2 barely. It's a bit of a round up there, but 6.2 bells. And the most important number is that I mined 545 Doge. Okay, so that is basically, so that's 59 plus 3 plus, you notice I didn't really round on the other one, so we'll say plus 10.5. So that's about $72.5 dollars of revenue, right? And this math is backwards, but we'll minus 99.8. So the difference in mining profitability on those days is $27.5 nearly. And so I was projected, right, like right now, to be mining $22.5 per day. And when you take out the additional bells mining profitability, I'm actually pretty close to that number, right? Because we mined like 6.5, or it's plus 13 at that point, which would pretty much put us at $21. Add in a little bit of variance, this, that, whatever. That's kind of in line with what we would expect here. So we actually earned a little bit less than the mining profitability calculators said that we would. And that's fine, this is kind of in the ballpark, but it's a little less lucrative than we hoped. Well, I guess I shouldn't minus the whole bells rewards because that's where the coins combined and so forth. When you actually take the bells percentage, we're actually probably right on target with the projected revenue, but that projected revenue is not accounting for the bells coin. It's just based on LTC and Doge, is my understanding, and it's not listed here, and it never says anything otherwise. So just some things to kind of understand and think about. VoskCoin is an affiliate with Coin Mining Central. If you enjoy our content, you want to see more free mining content here on the tube forever, if you grab one of these, please grab it from them and use our code VoskCoin to save some coin there for yourself. Their prices are competitive. Their prices have come down significantly over the last year, which has been really cool to see. And make sure you take notice of the different miner models, right? 15 gigahash, 16 gigahash, 17 gigahash sold out there. 16 and 15 is actually also sold out, but coming at that lower price point. So $7,588 for a January delivery. And this is where it makes no sense to buy this today versus buying a future order. So let's say I'm earning about 22 bucks a day, right? And so over the next 90 days, I would make like $2,000. And in 90 days, right, we'll have October, November, December pretty much completed, and you'll be looking at January. And if you were to say order this right now, it has a price of like nearly 12 grand. You go down to November, you're looking at 10 G's. So this much mining power at that price is interesting. Personally, I'm really hopeful that we're going to see a bull run over the next year. It's not financial advice. Nobody knows who knows. But the bottom line is that the futures orders, like, I'm not going to mine the difference in this time span, right? I mean, I'm not going to mine, right? So what is that? $4,500 in that time frame, right? I will mine approximately $2,000 worth of coin. And the only way that this even lines up as being more or less worth it is if Doge doubled in price in that time frame. That's quite a bet to take. It has not done that, in recent history. But yeah, this is a winning device out of Bitmain, who clearly aim to remain kings of the scrypt mining game. Elphapex does have a competitive model here. It's obviously worse based on the efficiency, but it is competitive. And depending on how they price this, they could still move a lot of units, especially to people with cheaper electricity rates. So, hey, I'm Vosk here on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed this content. This is our CDO, our Chief Dogecoin Officer. We run 10 seconds details on every video. I'm happy to have added this to my mining farm. It's been doing good so far, and I plan to continue to expand my scrypt mining presence out here on the VoskCoin mining farm. As always, I appreciate you guys, and I hope you subscribe, stick around, hit the thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts on the L9 down in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next video.